Good morning, beautiful people. Some of you, it's good afternoon. I'm Blue Moon Oracle, and today I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to be doing makeup and mystics. So yeah, I've been asked by quite a few of my friends for a long time now to do a makeup video, and I'm trying to like balance my time, and I thought I can just kind of combine some things. I am not a makeup professional. I just really like it, and got all of my tips over the years from magazines, and anyway, that's here nor there. But I want to talk about the mystic part. So last night I did a new moon intentions oracle reading by sign. It's on my page. I did put minute markers up so you can go ahead and fast forward. You don't have to listen to all 3 hours. It was the first time for me. I thought I'd spend 5 to 7 minutes per sign, and as I got through the spread, some signs I spent longer on. You know, hey, I'm experimenting. I'm new to this. You know, I'm just gonna follow the flow of the spirit. So I'm just trying different ways to see how I can get information out to the collective, how I can help with following the moon and using the energy of the moon to, you know, make changes and transform and release and manifest. And so last night was my experiment for that. But what made me want to do this video today is I woke up thinking about the numbers. So for each sign, before I did the video, I sought spirit out and I asked, you know, if there was any kind of word from spirit, from the angels, universe, for each sign. And so I got a little bit for each sign, and then I got some numbers. Sometimes spirit and the universe, angels, you know, whatever, talks to me and they'll give me numbers. And I love numerology. It's a way, numbers have meaning and they are spiritual on top of having their actual values. Anyway, there was like a pattern of numbers. I don't know if I'm able to do my makeup while I talk about this, but I'll try. There's a pattern of numbers that I realized it was super consistent last night, and I just really wanted to talk to y'all about it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do my fucking makeup and do this at the same time. But, so I'll do both. I'm gonna try, see how this goes. Do makeup, talk about numbers. I definitely couldn't do it live because I get distracted on top of that by people making comments in there. So with that being said, I'll walk through some of how I do my makeup, and I'm gonna try to do it kind of as basic as possible. Just to get started, I just put lotion and serum. Like I found some great serum from Dollar Tree. I bought like every bottle they had on the shelf. This has got some hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. I was super impressed. I really like it. And then I put a primer on. Right now I'm just using this. Right now I got it in an Ipsy bag because I'm out of my normal primer. And then I'll do my eyebrows. I'm running low on everything, so I kind of have to improvise today. Normally I would use a pencil and kind of fill some stuff in, but I just don't have that ability right now, so I'm kind of improvising here. So normally I'll take the eyebrow thing here and kind of work it there. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not doing this live because this might not work. Yeah, and I just kind of fill in where I have the hairs. Important thing is here is to kind of go backwards and just work with the hairs. If I were using a pencil, I would have gone underneath like I'm doing with the edge of this brush, and then kind of going up here where the little, I want to say baby hairs, but like truth be told, they were darker hairs. Same with here, but they are now white, middle-aged. Okay, and I love this. I used to spend more money on these kinds of things, but this is from e.l.f. from Walmart, and it works pretty well. So the first number that was really common last night, and it was with Taurus, Cancer, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Pisces was 1. And you know, that's a number of manifestation. That's a number of magic. So like in terms of the magician in tarot, you know, that's what I think of when I think of the number 1. So I kind of, you know, did some more meditating and thinking on it. And, you know, number 1 is about, the number 1 numerologically, God dang it, why the fuck can't I say that word? You know what I'm trying to say. Is about beginnings, like, right? New beginnings. It's about making decisions. It's about, you know, forging your own path forward, asserting some individuality. It's about finding self. It is a masculine number. It is the yang, okay? So it is about setting, this is a perfect time for these signs, Taurus, Cancer, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, and Pisces, with getting that number 1 in your numbers that I gave last night. And I'll go through and kind of read them again towards like the end, I think. I don't know. So getting number 1 in your angel numbers last night. You know, this is a really good time for those signs to start making long-term goals. When you're setting your intentions, and then kind of figuring out like the baby steps and the beginning steps of what you're going to need to, you know, bring that into fruition. So for anything maybe that you've kind of been putting off, like now is the time for you, per the spirit, angels, universe, you know, for you to go ahead and dream big, dream bold. This is a good time too for you to like set out to develop like talents and skills you have. So if you've been thinking about taking a course in something, or returning to school, or doing some extra studying, this is a great time for that. I am a Cancer, and so these are one of the numbers. And again, I'll read the signs that had 1 in their angel numbers last night. That's Taurus, Cancer, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Pisces, and Aquarius. And all of you had the number 1. So again, you know, this is a time for making some decisions, like, and forging ahead, asserting some independence, kind of separating yourself from the group. It's about choosing a path that you may be required to stand alone on, and setting long-range goals and beginning to take some steps towards those goals, such as developing some of the talents you have and the skills and kind of growing them. And this is a time of manifestation for these particular signs right now. And so you truly are going to manifest everything that you wish and desire. So one of the things that I want to stress for these signs, again, this is Taurus, Cancer, Libra, Scorpio, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Aquarius, is this is a time for you to think about, what do you really want? Because you're going to manifest what you want. And you might be like, oh shit, did I really want that? Okay, so this is a time for you to like go through and filter out the things that you want. And then the things that you say you want, like think about it. Do you really want it? So say you want to like be, I don't know, you want to have some financial abundance, like dig deep in there. Do you really feel like you deserve financial abundance? Because you can say like, I want to be financially independent. But if you dig past that and then the inside, there's a spirit of poverty. And you know what? One of the signs last night that got the 5 of coins, 5 of pentacles, was Pisces. So this is a time where you want to make sure that you deal with that, because we are still going to manifest what we really want on the inside. So, number 1, think about your wishes and your wants. Is this what you truly want to bring into your life? And number 2, get to the root issues and see what it is you think you not only want, but what you think you deserve, because that's going to interfere with manifestation. Okay, so these are the signs: Taurus, Cancer, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Pisces. Time of manifestation, time to forge your own path, time to move forward. Use the power of 1 for this new beginning. Make those bold decisions. Like this is the time to do it. This is like, the Magician. These are aces. And when we think in terms of tarot, this is a gift from the universe. And then when I think of the Magician and as this temporary vibration for you, what I'm getting is that you have all the tools that you need like right in front of you. They're in you, they're with you, you're magical. Okay, so believe in yourself and rely on yourself. Some of you may have this habit of like, reaching out to others and thinking what others think. This is the time for you to count on you and for you to believe that you can do what it is you set forth on doing. Okay, and so again, that's for the number 1, and the signs that had 1 in their numerology from Spirit yesterday was Taurus, Cancer, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Pisces, and Aquarius. And then the next number that came out pretty strongly for everyone, for a lot of signs, was the number 3. And so signs that had the number 3 were Taurus. So either total, like their numbers totaled 3, or they had 3 in their number, was Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Aquarius. And I thought I wrote that down, damn it. I don't want to fucking flip back and forth. I wrote it here. Okay. So I'm gonna just do the next stage of my makeup, and then we'll talk about what 3 means. So again, the number 1 is a number of manifestation. Review those things when you're setting your intentions. Really be thinking, is this what I want in my life? Like, you know, I'll share something. I'm a Cancer, so that one applies to me. And like, I met some, I mean, I've been kind of sort of online dating. I mean, it's not really dating. So I use Bye Bye Under Eye by e.l.f. Cosmetics. I've had this for like 2 years. I always use something that's lighter than my skin color when doing under eyes. I got to brighten this up, you know, just, I might have overdone it. Might have overdone it there. Oh, damn it. I should have done my eyeshadow first, but this, yeah, I'm not a professional. I'm just going to, you know what? I'm just going to do it the way that I fucking do it. Whatever. Okay. So, anyway, example of, do we really want what we're wishing for? So like, I've like, oh, I want a boyfriend. Oh, I want a boyfriend. I want a boyfriend. I want a boyfriend. Well, I meet somebody and, you know, seems like really great, right? I mean, not seems like, he kind of was, really great. And, I did the card and I do my, I promise you this won't look so terrible. And so I do the cards and he's pretty awesome. I highlight above my eyebrows, brighten things up. And then, I started like having a panic attack, not like afraid he's going to hurt me, but like, I'm like doing my cards going, are you sure he's not a psycho? Are you sure he's not a dickhead? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? I'm like, literally had to take an anxiety medication because I'm having so many panic attacks. And then like, I woke up and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't fucking even want a boyfriend. Never mind. I like my life. I like being single right now. Like, I don't even want somebody. So that's what that means. Like, you know, we're at a stage right now where we're going to be manifesting. And so again, just kind of review, I didn't mean to spend that many minutes on it, but review what it is that you want for those signs. And again, I'm not going over that again. I'm trying to figure this out. This is new. That's what I do. So then I blend with a, foundation brush, blotting, get it in the pores, get it in the wrinkles, middle-aged skin. So the next number that really came up was the number 3. And the folks that had 3 in their chart, this is fucking hilarious, is Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Sag, Aquarius, and Pisces, or their numbers added up to 3. So that's influential. Aquarius, Pisces, Sagittarius, Cancer, Taurus, and Aries. So this is also for you, okay? So remember, you're manifesting right now, but also with 3, you have growth and you have expressions. Overcoming difficulties has been happening for you. And so take time, like, to really appreciate that, okay? This is a happy time for you. This is a time where, like, you know, you're wanting to be social, and you should be. Like, you're wanting to kind of, I don't know, celebrate some of your successes and some of your joy. This is the new foundation I use, CC Cream by e.l.f. I decided not to go too pale because, you know, winter's gonna be open, and this is $50 a fucking tube. So it's a little darker than I would like, but you know, it's okay. I can get that going. And I like to use a little bit of yellow in here. Okay, so back to 3. Luck is on your side for these particular signs. You know, right now, what you're experiencing is, some of you also had 1 in your chart. So what you're experiencing is you are beginning to see manifestations already. And that's what this 3 is saying. So like, remember, the luck that's on your side and the good things that are happening to you are a direct result of your positive attitude and your belief in your abilities, and as a result of what, you know, manifestation and the law of attraction. I don't know why I'm red there. There we go. Also with this number 3 in those signs, this could be a time for, I can't even look at myself, birth. I mean, there could be births, not for me. I've got a uterus. So it could be a physical birth. It could be a birth in the family, but also birthing of ideas and new ideas. There could be marriage for these signs. And that is Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Pisces. Make sure I got everybody. Yeah. Yeah, that's everybody for that. So that's a possibility too. Right now, also, these signs should be kind of feeling this kind of flow of creative energy. So, 1 and 2, they met and they had a baby, and that was 3. So 3 is about creative expression, and it's the sacral chakra. So you could be feeling this desire to start writing or painting or sculpting. I mean, do it, do it, do it, do it. If you've been wanting to write a book or a blog, do it. If you've been wanting to take your art to a gallery or do something for a gallery, I mean, do it. I mean, even if you just want to do it for yourself, just do it, man. This is the time to create, to create, to create. Now is the time. It's also a great time for the folks with 3 in their numerology that Spirit gave me last night. And again, you can check that video out on my page. I went through the entire, everyone got their own reading. So the minute markers are on the page. Find your sign. I got a message from Spirit. I got some numbers from Spirit. And then I did a new moon manifestation reading for each of the signs. Not a manifestation, a new moon intention setting, kind of high level, kind of what you should be setting your intentions for. We are in the new moon phase through Saturday. Sunday begins the waxing crescent. And if you don't get it done by then, that's okay. Just is manifest, manifest, manifest. This is about attraction. This is about what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What are wishes? Okay, so Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Sag, Aquarius, Pisces. Number 3 was in your numbers, or your numbers totaled 3. So this is for you. It's a good time to take a class, study a language, develop your extensive capabilities. You're talented. You have a lot of skills. You know a lot of things. Some of it's like a little bit about a lot of things. And so there's things that you're being drawn to. Well, spend some time on it. Grow those capabilities, okay? And then it's also saying to these signs, this is the time to focus on your appearance. It's okay to spend that extra money on something you want to kind of spruce shit up. Go ahead and do it. Focus on making shit look good, I guess. And go through your wardrobe. It's a great time to go through your wardrobe. Get rid of shit that you don't wear. Get rid of shit that doesn't make you feel happy. Go shopping, go buy some new clothes. It's a good time to do that for you. It's in the cards. It's right with this number 3. And also this talks about kind of reshaping your body. So, if you think getting back into yoga, running, whatever that is for you. I think some of you got last night, some suggestions in the cards to add some physical activity, to the, is that on the screen or is that on my face? It's on my face. To the plan. So that's a confirmation. 3 is also about mixing business and pleasure, and this is the time to do that. This is a time to mix business and pleasure for Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Sag, Pisces, and people are just loving you, and they're gonna love you this month. This is where you're gonna meet people who are like, I want to help you. Like, that's a fucking great idea. I want to do this for you. I want to help 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 you. Join groups online, on Facebook. Really, we're not doing a whole lot out there in public, but like join those groups. Attend seminars, attend parties with a mask. It's not worth getting COVID over. Become involved. We're talking business and pleasure. And then for some of you, this is, you may not work, but this is about networking. So you might be involved in some civic organizations. This is where you do it. Also, this is a time for these signs, Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Sag, Aquarius, Pisces, where long distance travel is a good time. And you will be center stage. You're center stage. Enjoy it. Listen and pay attention to your dreams. You're getting advice in your dreams. So I've always struggled with remembering my dreams, but since I've kind of like gotten into the supernatural, I was told like to set the intention before I go to bed. I will remember my dreams. And then I keep even if I don't have a piece of paper, like you can just write it in your notepad about remembering your dreams. Okay. And I'm gonna keep this simple. I'm gonna do like a 1 eyeshadow thing, I think. I'm having a little too much caffeine. I don't look, I got shit in my eyebrows. And yes, I did just lick my finger. It's my fucking eye, okay? This is, everything I have is like from Ipsy. I miss having my Ipsy glam bags. They're so much fun. I just had to cut things back from budget. Okay. So Also some things to watch out for Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Sagittarius. This is for the next, I want to say next, this is a personal vibration number. So these are kind of things that are going on now and through, I want to say through this next full lunar cycle. So not just through the full moon, but like through this next, you know, lunation cycle. Okay. Is just kind of beware of scattered energies because like shit is popping, like it is coming through. And then beware of some excess and kind of overindulgence. You know, it kind of mess it, like, I mean, this, I looked up, I did a numerology chart on y'all is what I did. So this has to do with, the number 3 has to do with the sacral chakra. So, you know, it could be like overeating. It could be, I don't know, unhealthy amount of butte. I don't know. Is there such thing? I don't know. All I know is that COVID kind of fucked shit up for me with that. So I don't know, staying balanced there, watching out for excess. It is a time of, again, it's also mentioning here, be aware of your wishes. This is a time of manifestation for you too. And then some of you have 1s and 3s. I think Cancer was somebody that had a 1 and a 3. And some of these other ones here too. Who else had a 1 and a 3? Because this is saying be careful what your wishes are for too, with this manifestation. So the other signs that had 1 and 3 are Taurus, Cancer had 1s, and then they totaled 3. Sagittarius and Pisces. So you're like in a massive manifestation phase. So here's the warning again here. Beware of wishes, for you will surely get them. Begin now to screen your wishes. Okay, that's where that came from. And so that's for Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Pisces for the number 3. Another number that came up for a lot of the signs, and this seems to be kind of a theme through the collective, and I think it's really worth visiting. This is for Aries. So this is if you had the number 4 in your number last night, or your numbers kind of added up to 4. And I probably am going to include you if you also added up to 8, because, you know, 8 carries the energies of 4. So we got Aries. This is first I'm going to list people who had 4. Aries, Leo, Virgo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Pisces, and Aquarius. And then, Capricorn, I'm sorry, you had 888, but I'm going to include you in that. And, yeah, the only ones who didn't have, and then Taurus, you had an 8. So the only ones who didn't have the 4 in their chart, I mean, in their numerology, that was given to me by Spirit was Cancer and, it was really Cancer and Libra didn't have any 4 going on there. But the rest of you have 4. So 4 is a big deal. So in talking about like the manifestation and the creating, you know, number 3, I'm gonna go back to number 3 there because a lot of you had the 3 in there too. That's the number of the Empress. That has to do with the divine feminine. That has to do with, you know, taking all the ideas that are in our head and then like bringing them into the physical realm. Okay. So birthing them into existence. And so, it's about sensuality and self-care and nurturing and, you know, and creating, but like making your dreams a reality, right? And so thinking about like planting a garden, okay? So that's kind of what number 3 is like too. Planting a garden, and you have all this, you know, these vegetables and fruits and herbs and all these things that you know you want to bring in to play, you know, and in order to like, I don't know if you've ever had a garden. I have a garden every year, but you know, it takes maintenance and a schedule and like upkeep to keep shit going. And so that's where the 4 comes in. The Empress needs the Emperor. And so a lot of you got 4, almost all of you got 4 in your numerology. And so I think it's really important we talk about 4. So 4 is about work. I'm working on the makeup on this. 4 is about work, finances, building, practicality. It's a time for all of these signs, almost all of you, it's like 10 out of 12, to measure, to classify, to record, to regulate, to compose and order things, including composing yourself. It is a time to attend to everyday earthly matters. There can be a tendency to be a workaholic here, so let's kind of watch out on that. keeping some balance there. Controlling, and this is saying like by doing this, you're going to be it's going to help you manifest abundance into your life, bring in money. So controlling, so the word here is controlling daily activities will help you reap rewards. So I know that sounds so super boring, but this is like overall what the whole collective, it seems like, is being asked to do. Minus Cancer and Libra. Cancer and Libra, honestly, from what I remember last night, is we're going through our dark night of the soul still. We are working on, a rebirth and getting some clarity of mind, and we are creating, and we're being asked to surrender to spirit, to continue that rebirth process, and to instead of doing the normal, I have a schedule, I have a routine, we're being asked to trust our intuition and to respond. So we're kind of being asked to go at it without this major plan. So that for Cancer and Libra, like this is not for us right now. It's really driving me crazy. Also it's saying right now that this is a time of money and finance is a part of this cycle for all of these signs, getting things in order. It's all about paying debt. So this is about financial debt, spiritual debt, and clearing out that stuff. A couple of you signs got a lot of the karmic completion cards last night. A lot of number 10s, which is about an ending and a beginning. And then my numerology deck, a couple of you got the karmic completion signs. So yeah, this is a part of it too. Also, a 4 is a window, a square. So it's a window, and it's a window to see through. And this is a time to exercise vision, insight, and analysis in like literally everything you're doing. This is a time to just assess everything going on and like reassess, reevaluate, recommit. I mean, like, everything that you've done. And some of you may already be super organized people. And this is a time to look at your plans and be like, is this serving me? Am I getting the most out of this? Is this benefiting me in the way that it can? And again, the signs for this one is every sign except for Cancer and Libra. You're the ones that did not have 4s in your numerology last night. And you might have gotten it in your actual spread. I don't remember like that much. I'm just going with the numbers that Spirit gave me last night before I actually did the readings. Also with 4, things that are previously have been hidden will be recalled to memory. So see some breaking of cognitive dissonance, some patterns will be broken because you're gonna get some major insights, and it's gonna allow you to correct faulty judgments and faulty patterns of thinking that have led to some behavior patterns that have not been like super beneficial to you. And I see that happening in this next full lunar cycle for you. So 4 also implies a door, so a rectangle, 4, and it's a time for you to pass through. So I see you walking through doors that are going to be opening up for you. So be open to new things. So where 4 implies stability and structure, and sometimes it can be rigid. We're not talking about rigid. We're talking about being like, this is going to require some flexibility and some open-mindedness while there's structure, while there's a commitment to getting things in order. So, it's a combination. So the Emperor card is an Aries card in the tarot. Now, he is he's in touch with spirit. And when he sees something is no longer serving him, some way of doing things, some boundaries, some structure, some organizational practice, he has no problem like admitting this is not working and getting rid of it. If it's causing pain or heartache or hurting, he has no problem. Or if, the Empress is unable to come, to manifest things and it's blocking things. Okay, well, we're reassessing that. So there's humility needed here and open-mindedness needing here. So, also 4 includes earthly sensual pleasures. So now is the time for you all to, find some enjoyment in some physical rewarding relationships. It didn't say love, it said physically rewarding. So I don't know what that looks like. I don't know, just be careful, don't get COVID. And then also this is a time where you will be developing some lasting friendships. So let those new people in your life, okay? This is also a really good time to focus on, not even a good time. This is an urging with this number to take care of your body. Take care of the physical. So take care of fixing the things in your home, exercise, hydrate your body, and doing all these things aligned with spirit. And when all these energies are aligned with the spiritual, it's going to open up a whole new realm of like spiritual and psychic abilities, and intuition is going to grow, and you're going to just see a whole new world like open up for you. Yeah. So, I mean, that's just super amazing because, you know, in order to bring all these fantastic ideas that come with the number 3 and the number 1, right? For those of you who have it, there has to be some shape, some structure, some stability, some practicality, to bring that into fruition. So yeah. And then, so another number that's, I don't know how, I'm not finishing my makeup. I'm just going to do my makeup for a little bit. So I got to do this real quick. So this is, shit, what is this called? It's by Maybelline, and I've been using this brand since I don't even know. I've messed it up because I'm like all hyped up from spirit, so I don't know that I'm gonna do this. And I may have to do my makeup and do a voiceover next time for doing this kind of a video. So yeah, a lot of what, okay, I'm gonna shut up because I gotta get this fucking thing drawn because it feels kind of sloppy. It does feel sloppy. Yes, I did lick it again. Again, my eye. Don't judge me. I'm not licking my finger and touching your fucking eye, okay? I try to keep the line super thin. Okay, this is Line Stiletto. Oh, I don't think this is my new one. I think this is my old one. I need to throw this away because I did just get a brand new one. Lash Stiletto by Maybelline. I've been using it for years. And, you know, when you find something that works, you just kind of stick with it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of exciting with like how like the collective is going through, you know, different things, but like also similar. One of the, again, my eye, I can lick my finger. You know, one of the, another theme that I saw last night, and it didn't come out necessarily in the numbers, but I am going to address it. So a few people have the number 2. A few signs have the number 2. Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Cancer. But the number 2 came up a lot in the activation cards, okay? So 2 is a receptive number, okay? So 2 is feminine number. And so in the context of in the context of like the numerology, like in the numbers that I got from spirit, from angels for some of these signs, god damn it, it indicates a couple of things. So overall, the meaning that I feel like it came up for everybody was the divine feminine. So that's like first and foremost what it is. Okay, white pencil corrects mistakes, brightens stuff up. I put it here in the corner, kind of under there a little bit. I might like go along the edge of the lash. I mean, not lash, eyebrow with a cheap ass. This is probably a dollar store. No, I might have got this Sally's, I don't know. But like where I kind of messed up here, like a little bit, I like it a little white. I get the impression that, like, you know, I don't have middle-aged eyelids. And then I just do a nice little finger smear. See how that brightens that up a little bit? Come under here. And then this gives a little shadow here. I go down the middle of the nose. A little narrow it a little bit up. Here. Okay, so 2 is a feminine number. And again, like only a few signs got it in their actual numerology, but a lot of the signs last night got it in the activation cards, or in the numerology cards. So 2 has to do with the feminine. So that is about I think of the high priestess. Okay, that's the subconscious, right? That is the receptive part of it's receptive. So if the female receives, I hate to say that, but like that's, I'm trying to think of like in a spiritual sense what that means. So like before the Empress can have her birth her ideas, it needs to be kind of, it needs to be thought of and ruminated on and like thought about in the subconscious, in that place where we commune with our higher self, with spirit. The divine feminine is passive, and there's not a lot of action there. Okay, there's no action there. It's about looking inward. It's about spending time focusing inward, getting to know self, and then connecting with the feminine qualities that we all have. So we all have a divine feminine, a divine masculine, or you can look at it through Jungian shadow work, an animus and an anima. Okay, and I feel like my makeup is not working here because I'm like doing it this way and I'm like kind of distracted. And I'm also not feeling this orangey color with this yellow shirt. So instead of starting over, I just go get my Ross palette and I come get some brown to kind of go over it a little bit. So there was an overall call when you watch the video. I mean, you're not going to watch all 3 hours, but I do suggest when you're watching the videos that you look up your sun sign is the sign that you're born under. And then try to, if you know your time of birth, you're going to be able to find out your rising sign, which is going to be how others perceive you, like basically your mask to the world, like your persona. Okay. In aspect, if we're talking about Jungian, and then your moon sign. And that is going to rule, like, that's like the cauldron of emotions. It's your deepest fears, your deepest secrets. Then watch that one. And then also, if you're serious about doing this, I'm not saying you're not serious about doing the work, but if you want to go deeper, if you want to break karmic patterns, if you want to be like, okay, I've been doing this work and I'm still stuck, look up what your North Node is. And you don't need to know your time of birth for that one. You can go to Cafe Astrology or one of those sites, and all you need is your year of birth, and then get your North Node and then type in, like my North Node is Libra. So type in, what does it mean? Like North Node in Libra. And then you can find out kind of what your lessons are. And then also what your South Node is. These are nodes of the moon. What your South Node is going to be the stuff that you brought with you into this life. Things that you kind of already have mastered. Also, it's going to be like learned shit from your childhood. So for me, it's Aries, and that was like learning how to be a survivor and kind of being defensive and ready for war and having a hot temper, and which is all true things. Anyway, so check those other readings out too, because I function as a reader, as a psychic, with the goal of growth. The growth of evolution as a human, of breaking karmic patterns, of evolving, of freeing, of breaking change. That's how a reader I am. That's the kind of psychic I am. I'm a shadow worker. So to get the most out of it, try to read those, go to those other signs too, because you may not be in your sun sign. Okay. You might be in your moon sign. You might be in your moon sign. You might be in your North Node. You could be in your Venus. There was a good season where I was dealing with intimacy issues, and I mean, Gemini is my Venus. And I found where I was watching Gemini readings. And it was really helping me through that time. So, I don't know what the fuck led me there, but I'm glad that I went there. So yeah, back to this feminine thing and the two. So, what does it mean to get in touch with the high priestess within? What does it mean to kind of get in touch with the divine feminine? So according to Jungian shadow work, we all have to heal. They say that men have to heal their anima, women have to heal their animus, but I have found that I had to heal both of them. I had issues from mom to heal the feminine. I found that I have all these issues about being a woman. Toxic masculinity affects more than men, okay? It affects our perceptions of ourselves as a woman, okay? So I had to go in and heal that by dealing with a lot of those issues, okay? And then also like the masculine, and undoing a lot of that shit that I had internalized in order to embrace my full self, okay? So I know that sounds kind of deep or whatever, but look that up. like how to heal the feminine. And that seems to be the overall call. And then also 4 is a masculine number. So there's a call too, to healing both. And I feel like the truth here is there's being a call to like heal both and to integrate into an integration of self, you know, and yeah, it's super exciting, super scary kind of. I mean, like, let's be real, it's some fucking deep shit. And so yeah, lots of choices being made. I also kind of feel like there's some folks who are like scared to make choices. And I feel like it's important for me to say right now is like, trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. You've been working on yourself. You've been making changes. And yeah, maybe in the past you didn't make the best choices. Okay? Maybe. I know I didn't. But like the work that you've been doing over the last years, I don't know, last 18 months at least, if not 2 years. But then a lot of you have been doing this work off and on for a really long time. Like it's had its effect, okay? Like it's working. And so you can trust yourself to make good decisions, okay? I do the mascara last. I think it's time to put a little bronzer on, and I'm kind of out of some good bronzer. So I use a fan brush for that. So we'll take a break from talking about the divine feminine. I'm gonna kind of blend that in there. Also hydration is a part of the divine feminine, of the feminine, and healing the feminine. It's really hard to stay hydrated in the winter. I don't know if any of you have noticed, but like, well, first of all, seasonal depression is totally real, okay? Seasonal affect disorder. So I've kind of I give myself some cheek bends. I've always had a really full face, no matter what weight I'm at, actually. And then I do the hairline here, kind of slim things down. And then the jaw, and then jawline here. And then I'll blend it. And then I'm not gonna talk anymore about it because I'll do the same thing on the other side of my face. I go across the top of my forehead and around the side here. You know, in the summer, I drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of lemon water, in fact. And that's really good for like purging the lymphatic system and shit too. That came up a lot last night too, was dealing with the lymphatic system. You know, it's because it's hot, right? So you drink a lot of water, you're outside a lot. So like, you have more energy when you drink more water, right? Your body's purging toxins when you're, flushing stuff out of your system. So like, you know, the fight or flight stuff is connected to the kidneys. And so like, it's super important to drink that water. But in the winter, it's not so easy to drink water. It's cold. I mean, you're not thirsty as much. You're not exerting as much energy. And so oftentimes, well, it is proven. So number one, we can mistake our dehydration for hunger. So we eat more. And number two, dehydration for fatigue. So like we could be eating more, thinking we're hungry, and then more tired when really what we need is water. And then that puts us on a cycle. So then we're eating like shittier food, and we're more fatigued and more shitty because like actually, you know, what you put in your body actually works. So the main thing and how I got started when it came to healing and getting out of the rut that I had been in was I started hydrating, and I bought some hydration powder to add to my water. I got some, like, made sure that it had like, you know, minimal calories or none. But you don't even need that if you don't have the money to do it. At the time I did. I also bought some like flavorless aloe, and I bought a big, like huge half gallon of it, flavorless and odorless aloe, because I was feeling really shitty and I wanted to get out of it fast. And I added like 2 ounces to my morning. I have a big Yeti, and then 2 ounces into the afternoon one, and making sure to hydrate. Like that's a huge thing. Okay, so that's part of healing the divine. That's part of healing the feminine, and the divine feminine. And then spending time in meditation, looking inwards. And when I say meditation, some of you might not even know what the hell that means, and that's okay. I mean, for some of you, that's going to mean picking up journaling again because you haven't journaled in a long time. And then, okay, I have a blending brush, and I just do that in circles, along the cheek lines and then down here. And so something that's going to be journaling. And so that's really about getting in touch with the inside, okay? And eventually that'll change what that looks like for you. For some of you, it's returning to a meditative practice. For some of you, it's going to be both. Now, to kind of give you more of an understanding around meditation, I've been meditating off and on for probably 10 years, almost 10 years. Well, my son's 13. I got into some of this stuff like right after he was born. It's when I got into yoga a little bit. I have this from Tarte. It's got some eyeshadows in. I like to buy palettes because it comes with so much shit in there. And I got this like 5 years ago, and they last forever. And it allows for different seasons. And sometimes I used to have money. We used to have a lot of money. I used to be married, had 2 incomes. And then COVID happened. So I'm glad I spent the money then. Anyway. Yeah, so meditation. So I'm just now at a point where like when I meditate, I can sit quietly. And I don't do it long. You really don't need to do it long. I mean, look how much I fucking talk. Like, I mean, quieting the mind is not easy feat to do. But for a lot of time, for long years, a lot of years, what I did was look up guided meditations on I kind of did like the bridge of the nose there, like on the side, just a little bit, on YouTube. So like 5-minute meditations for anxiety, or 5-minute meditations for starting your day, guided meditations, and just making that time. So that's part of then the healing the feminine, okay, and balancing the feminine energies there, because we have to take that time. So one of the things my spirit guide taught me, the very first thing my spirit guide taught me after I got over the fact that I had a spirit guide, was how to anchor to myself. I call it anchor to myself, because it feels like I'm doing. She told me that, that the only constant that's ever been in my life, literally the only constant has ever been in my life, has been me. I mean, I've always had some kind of spirituality of some type, but not always, because my perception of a higher power has drastically changed over the years. And then sometimes, like, over the years, it's been like, F you, God or goddess or whatever the fuck's out there, right? Or I couldn't feel it. Who's to say that it's even, who knows, right? Because doubts and fear and, kind of like all that stuff, right? So my spirit guide, her name is Diodata. You'll hear me talk about her. So Diodata told me, the only thing that you can truly actually ever count on, the only actual constant always is going to be yourself. So you have to learn to anchor to yourself. And so the first thing that she taught me is kind of how to do that. And so I guess I'll just share with you kind of like how that happened and what that's, like how that happened, but like it came to me it's like a twofold process. It's kind of, some of it happened during a week, and then some of it happened to sleep, and then there was like more to it. But like overall, you kind of get in a seated position. I have to do it seated, and I do sit up straight, but you don't have to worry about that. And so I like to do, I do 8 breaths because that's how one of my deities has me do that. And also 8 is a karmic number, and it's about breaking cycles and establishing new patterns. 8 is also a number that sees what it wants and goes after it and takes it and assumes power in a diplomatic way, in a healthy way, and breathing and breathing in prana is a good way. So I do 8 deep breaths, and I'll breathe in through my nose as big as I can, big belly, and then I exhale. I make an audible sound, breathing in, pulling my belly button to my spine. But you know what? Honestly, if this is new for you, who cares about all that other shit? Honestly, the effort is all that matters, okay? And getting that oxygen and that. I do a triangle up here for highlighting. I do a little. This is with the lighter color, okay? Actually, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing because I'm busy talking, y'all. I gotta blend it now because I kind of went a little too light there. And then so I do those 8 belly breaths, and I picture my third eye like opening up right here. Now I don't have to do this anymore, but I did in the beginning because I didn't know where I was. I mean, and that's the truth. I didn't know how to find myself, okay? So I had to picture this opening, and I pictured like, like a bungee, like how you strap stuff on a truck with a hook. I pictured that coming out of here, coming down, this opening up here in the heart chakra, opening up, and then this hook coming out and me anchoring it, hooking in there. So hooking here to here. And on the exhale, I'd feel like this, like that, like, there you are. And then also another thing I think I'll share too is Diodata taught me, damn it, this went longer than I wanted to. Diodata taught me how also to separate psychic energy or downloads from anxiety. So I ended up finding out that like over half, at least 65% of the of the anxiety I felt was actually not psychic. Was actually not anxiety and panic attacks, but energy, just energy from up here and like from the universe. And so she did it after she taught me how to do this. She did what like I called like throw fireballs at me, like fireballs of like energy. And so I would start to panic and she'd go, where's Deborah? Where's Deborah? And I'd remember, there I am. Then I take a big breath. Okay, so first of all, I say this, because this was like all in a, I have to say this. So I don't know if you've ever seen water on super dry ground. It just sits on top of the dry ground, okay? So this is talking about anxiety that feels like it's sitting right here, okay? So when she'd be like, where's Deborah? Where's Deborah? I'd remember here, right? I'd latch on, and then I'd take a big breath in and envision cracks in the ground and water seeping into it. And then as I exhaled, that water seeping in and the cracks closing back in. And then the anxiety, right, or whatever, would go away. And so that's why I've learned to tell, is this a panic attack or is this just like some psychic energy around me? So like I had realized like, how my life is, I learned to block that out. And then like I began to like separate myself from people and isolate because I couldn't handle all of the energy around me, not knowing kind of what that was. So obviously somebody needed to hear that. I kind of wanted to do some healing. I think I'm going to do another video probably later today, where I do some healing maybe for each of the signs. I don't know, and teach you some healing for self. So, we talked about those numbers. Oh, I'm going to finish my fucking makeup. Let's see. What color lipstick should I wear? I felt like wearing yellow too, because another thing that came out like pretty consistently were solar plexus work. Solar plexus. So I wore yellow today because like we need it. Like we need our sense of self is being tested here. And more than sense of self comes like self-will, self-determination, like self-motivation. I'm thinking of the Chariot card in tarot. And, the Chariot card has got the light and the shadow self and all that yellow's in the background. It's a Cancer card. And also the number 7, that number came up a lot last night. I did not look that number up, but thankfully I know a lot about the number there too. But it's about driving forward, but like controlling things with like willpower. And that takes like the light and the dark, the masculine, the feminine, being connected to spirit. But that takes a solid sense of self and to know where the fuck we're going. And so knowing our soul's purpose and being aligned with our soul's purpose is a part of the solar plexus. So there's a lot of healing needed here. We talked about that last night. There was a couple of signs that had some belly issues going on and solar plexus work there. So yeah, I think I'm going to do another video later that has to do with some healing. I think that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll do it on a different platform. I don't know. That's even if I put this video up. I think I'll put this up. I'm gonna go with the pink. A lot of pink was in some of the numerology cards too. It's amazing what you can do with a little bit of lip liner. Gives some volume. I have some, they're just little, what can I say? Years of smoking. Also, it's genetic. These are Sangetti lips. What was the other number that came up? Yeah, 7. 7 is a number that's analytical and objective. It's another masculine number. And it is a number that's on a fact-finding mission. And I'll read the signs that had that in a minute. It's about looking inward. It's about connecting with the divine and the spirit, right? To, honestly assess what's going on inside. And it's a kind of assessment that leads to an awakening. I'll say a spiritual experience, and for some of you who are just new to following me or haven't watched my video about what you expect by working with me or following me, is that spiritual experience for me is interchangeable with awakening. And so I do not, although my experience has been spiritual, I do not believe that you have to have you know, a belief in anything supernatural to experience a change and a shift in consciousness. You can be an atheist, an agnostic, a Christian, a pagan, you know, any religion, Muslim, you know, Hindi, anything. And you can have a shift in consciousness. I love this lipstick. I got this in an e.l.f. glam bag a couple years ago too. It is candy. You know, I need some. Do I have my glasses over here? I don't know what the hell this is. This is actually a vegan lipstick. I'm not vegan, but you know, for those of you who are. It's vegan and it is called Candy Floss, and the company is, oh son of a gun, why is it so little? Mellow Cosmetics. Mellow Cosmetics. Oh, I need some powder. Y'all can see it. Hopefully none of you have vision that good, because I wasn't liking what I was seeing up close like that. Something weird about putting fucking lipstick on in front of y'all, which is super weird. Okay, so one thing I did forget is some powder. I should have done that first before the lipstick. I use a loose powder by Tarte. I don't always wear powder, but since I am doing videos, I'm trying to get rid of some of this shine. I just shake it out. I did spend some money on this brush. Got it at Cosmetics. It's to cover pores. Something no one ever told me, or at least maybe I didn't believe them, and I wish I had, was don't fucking sleep with your makeup on. It compacts down in your pores. Okay? Yeah, I just fucked that up. What else did I want to share with you? Also, there was a lot of talk about making sure to stay grounded. That's number 4. So there's a lot of grounding needed here. And so what does that mean for those of you who like maybe are not familiar with that practice? So I do a lot of things with affirmation, and that comes not, you know, honestly, that doesn't even come from my time doing the esoteric stuff. That actually comes from my time in recovery. And I shared that in my video, but I'm May, I'll have 10 years sober. I'm an alcoholic. And so a lot of that is, you know, learning to stay in today, right? Keeping my feet in today, doing the next right thing. What do I need to do next? And learning how to stay, you know, here and now, instead of worrying about the future or kind of like staying too far in the past. But that number 4 that almost every sign has got, and that number 1 are both, you know, masculine numbers, earth numbers. You gotta understand people kind of, some of this stuff that was created, you know, they were some Christian ideology behind it. Not that I necessarily believe in it, but it's kind of a way to explain some of it, but, you know, came from the dirt. We came from the dirt, so to speak. And I believe the first woman came from the dirt, Lilith. And some of y'all need Lilith. Yeah. I wouldn't be the first. I won't be, if Lilith's calling you, I won't be the first person to see that. So this would be like a confirmation, because if Lilith's calling you, be prepared to face your shit. But then also be prepared for some fucking freedom and some happiness, because Lilith is all about healing the anima and the animus and the integration of self, and like fucking the solar plexus, and getting free and getting uncomfortable. But it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. I forgot where I was going with this. I forgot where I was going with it. Lilith distracted me. Yeah, I don't remember what the fuck I was saying. Oh yeah, I forgot blush before I put my mascara on. Bought this color on accident. Super fucking pink, so it's lasting forever. I went through, you know, I like it Cosmetics. I mean, I do, I can't help it. But I do have some other blushes I use. Just, you know, a little brush, a little there, little dab. And just do a little rosy cheeks. Kind of lose some colors, you get a little older. Just a little rosy, and a little dab there. A little pink on the nose, just a little bit. Sometimes I put highlighter on, sometimes I don't. Just depends what I'm feeling like, you know. It's not like I have anywhere to fucking go, but you know, on a selfie day or whatever, maybe I'll put some highlighter on. And to do highlighter, I don't use, I sometimes use a fan brush for that, but I can't find my one fan brush that I use, so just use a brush. You take your highlighter. I use this palette I got at Ross for $5. You go down the bridge of your nose. Then you do the tip of your nose. Okay. And then you can do like the chin area, kind of where I put those lighter colors. And then you want to do like a, kind of like a V on your forehead. I don't know, like a little upside down triangle. That's what I meant to say. Upside down triangle there. And then along the cheekbones. This part I'm not very good at. I just do it. And then you can always come in a little bit like, you know, there if you want. And there you go. And then you just do a final dusting. But shine is like, you know, it's like we do. We spend our younger years doing whatever we can to like get rid of the shine. And then, you know, you get over 40 and you're like, oh my God, fuck, I need shine on my face. I forget what I was talking about fucking spiritually. Solar plexus, healing the anima and animus. I don't remember at this point. Anyway, so yeah, this is the end of the video. Got your numbers. I'm gonna read the angel numbers to you guys really quick. Oh, I fucking kept it at an hour. Unbelievable. Like almost. Fuck. You know, I don't usually take this long to do my makeup, but like talking and psychic abilitying it and, you know, all that shit. But please tell me in the comments like what it is you want to hear from me, and you know, would you like me to do a video where, you know, I teach you some energetic like healing moves, you know, based on kind of like what the numerology and cards are saying, because you know, I am a healer and you know, I do book sessions for healing, but here's where I think I'm different. I know I'm different, is that I don't want to be your healer forever. It's not my job. Like, we all have this innate ability to heal, and I'm supposed to teach you what I'm doing, show you how to heal yourself, right? Help you get on the path as a shadow worker to liberation. And then you don't need me anymore. I'm not supposed to be a god, a guru, any of those things. I'm just a normal fucking person who got tired of suffering and hurting. And as I was on my path to free myself from bondage, it's like some really amazing abilities, you know, came over me. And so, yeah, it's my job to teach people how to heal themselves and how to overcome some of those obstacles. And also I'm trauma informed, and a lot of people are not necessarily trauma informed, and it's because they really haven't dealt with their own trauma in their own bodies. So when I say trauma informed, y'all, you know, my abuse started in infancy when my mother got me home from the hospital. And, you know, trigger warning, you know, my mom didn't know my dad was abusing me, and my dad didn't know my mom was abusing me. Let me just put it that way, okay? You can figure out the kind of abuse that each one was doing. But I suffered severe violence. My body has evidence of the severe violence. And, you know, through this process of healing, and it's been going on a long time for me. So, you know, I've been in therapy a long time. I've been seeing a psychiatrist a long time. I got sober. And I would never speak against it. It's all necessary. It's all necessary. You know, trauma, to me, and you know, it shows up on a on a brain scan. To me, trauma is a fucking traumatic brain injury, and I had a lot of them. And you know, all of that's necessary. Is when I added the and I could never have afforded the amount of energy work that was needed to clear this shit out in my body. I could never have afforded like the yoga and the yoga therapy that was needed, or the shadow work. And you know, there are people who can afford to pay and want to pay, and they'll do it. And then there's also people like, you know, who couldn't have. And that's why I want to teach people how to heal themselves. And, you know, yeah, I got bills to pay, and I won't worry about that. Like, you know, it'll happen because that's how the universe is. The universe supports me. And oh yeah, we were talking about being grounded. So yeah, I do that through affirmations. and standing in mountain pose. And just, for layman terms, mountain pose is simply feet shoulder width apart, making sure you're standing on all four corners of your your feet. And so for me, what I do is I lift my toes and I kind of roll around on my feet until I feel them all firmly planted. And then I'm at a point now where I just think I'm grounded and I'm grounded. I think I'm rooted and I'm rooted. But in the beginning, and sometimes I'm having a little bit more of a struggle, I have to picture roots growing from my feet down into the earth and then going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And I might even talk about it out loud. Or you can find a grounding meditation online, spreading out in the earth. And then I draw up red energy, and I envision red energy coming up through those roots, through my feet, through my body, coming up through my body into my heart chakra, across my arms, back through my arms, up my body and into my head. And I just feel like my whole body growing, glowing with red, glowing with red, glowing with red, glowing with red. And then, you might feel blockages in your body, and that's okay. Like, you can always use your hands to pull red up from the earth if you feel like it's not flowing, and put it on your body. And I do that with all the colors, but really ultimately grounded is just getting those roots in the ground. And you may not be ready to pull up colors, and I can do that on another video, but just getting grounded and saying affirmations. So my affirmations that I still do, because I'm still working on it, I'm healing a lot of trauma, is, well, number one, the earth supports me. I'm supported by the earth. Like, I'm not going to fall through. Like, I'm supported by the earth. But number one is, like, I am my own savior. I protect myself. I am my own protector, because one of the things when there's a lot of abuse in childhood, and one of the patterns that I found that I kept playing out in my life was looking for someone to save me, looking for someone to heal, like to quell the terror that basically drove everything that I did. And because my abuse started in infancy, where other people would, when you're babies, you'd cry and your mom would feed you or change your diaper. I mean, mine was abusive. And then she'd comfort me out of guilt. And sometimes my actual needs would go unmet because of the mental illness that my mom had. So I wouldn't be fed, or I wouldn't be comforted, or I wouldn't be changed. And then also I suffered violence for requesting that my needs be met. Okay, so think about like all the patterns that like helped me establish in life. Not knowing that I had needs, not knowing how to identify my needs, not thinking like no one would help me if I even expressed my needs. So all that was fucked up. So, I repeated this pattern of trying to find someone to quell the terror in me, because terror drove everything that I did. Someone to save me. And I'm going fucking deep on this one. I didn't mean to, but that's because I'm just finishing my makeup. But my point is that I had to learn to say, I am my own protector. I save myself. I meet all of my own needs. I fill my own cups, because I was always looking for somebody to, I didn't know this, right? For somebody to fix and stop this fear. And I'm missing some of my eyebrow stuff, so they're kind of driving me crazy. But here's a tip. I'm going back and forth because I'm doing a makeup video and I'm doing a psychic video, but eyebrows are sisters, not twins. And I'm trying to remind myself of that right now. Sisters, not twins. Okay, so there you go. There's the makeup. This is my little amateur makeup. But back to finding someone to quell the terror, finding someone to also kind of repeat that pattern of bam, bam, bam. I'm sorry, I love you. I'm sorry, I love you. Like, that was my fucking pattern in my life. And so I kept looking for someone who was strong and dominating, and authoritarian, and then to save me. And then I would show up as strong as I actually really am. And then there'd be conflict. And then anyway, I'd be broken. It was a fucking pattern. So my affirmations for being grounded are, I meet all of my own needs. I am my own protector. I am my own savior. I support myself. I am, connected to the earth. I am supported by the earth. The universe has great things in store for me. I can count on the universe to have my back. So those are some of the ones I do for that. So that's what I'm going to talk about. I think that's all. I don't want to keep going because I could keep talking forever. But anyway, thank you for joining me in my first ever Makeup and Mystics, I guess. I don't know what to fucking call it. Makeup and Mystics. More. Yeah, I did want to talk to you about the numbers real quick that I got last night, and I shared it in my video online last night. But Aries number was 437, Taurus 813, I'm going to start that over. Aries, number 437, also totaling 5. So you have all the energies of those numbers plus 5. You can look it up online. Taurus, your number was 813, totaling 3. So you have the energies of all of those numbers, then combined also with the power of 3. Cancer, 1182, equaling 3. Leo, 447, equaling 6. It's about balance, internal balance, harmony. Okay, Virgo, you had 494. That equals 8. So we're about assuming power, taking control, stepping out of our comfort zone right there. Libra, you had 1721 equals 11. That's a master number. The ascended masters are with you. The divine is supporting you. Libra, I know you're really going through it, but you are not alone. You're you've got the divine with you. You are on the right path. Keep pushing through. Scorpio, 1184, and the number totals 5. Think of this as releasing, and this, because I remember I mentioned Moldavite for you last night. You've got to get the shit out of you. And also, like, 5. 5 is about change, but it also means freedom. So keep pushing forward towards freedom. Sagittarius, 1432, that totals 10. You're at karmic completion, but also at a new beginning, supported by the power of that 0 in spirit. And then Capricorn, you had 888. We're talking spiritual awakening, breaking karmic patterns like nobody's business. Keep going. And then Pisces, 1473. That keyword for you, I remember, was surrender. You got 15, which is rebirth. No, 15 is the death card. So we're dying to self here. No. Shit, 15 is the devil. Light is being shed on things that were once hidden and bringing us to a sense of balance in 6. And then Aquarius, 1324. Master, that comes to a 10, which is an end and a beginning. The number 1 empowered by 0. So anyway, numbers, if you see numbers are jumping out to you, you're hearing numbers in your dreams, look them up. Type in angel number and the number I just gave you, and then see what else the universe has to say to you, because numbers mean things. And it's a really good way for the other side to communicate with us. It's like hard for us to pay attention. So numbers is a really good way for that. But anyway, thanks for joining me today, and check out my new moon video, my new moon oracle readings from last night. They're on my page. You can go to your, I was gonna say mile marker. You can go to your minute marker and check out what your reading was from last night to get some ideas for setting your new intentions. And I'm so excited to continue to get to know you. Let me know what you think, man. Let me know. I want to hear your feedback. Be nice though, because I'm a Cancer and I can be a little sensitive, but be direct. I'm kidding. Love you all. Seriously, I'm connected to you, you're connected to me, we're all energy, and as you set yourself free, I get set free. As I set myself free, I set you free. So like really, namaste is the spirit in me recognizes, appreciates, and values the spirit in you, and I totally mean that. I totally mean that, because I do truly love you. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.